Alright, so I've got a few thoughts on the whole Brett Favre to the New York Jets thing, and I'm sorry that I had to just show a picture of Kellen Clemens looking upset and text in my last video, but you know, I ran out of space on the camera, and then when I made some more space, I ran out of battery. So that's been charging. I've been working. It's my lunch break, and I thought I'd spit out a few thoughts. One, I learned what the trade was for. It's a fourth rounder. Third, if he gets 50% of the snaps. Second, if he gets 70% and they go to the playoffs. And a first rounder if he gets 80% of the snaps and they go to the Super Bowl. Which seems reasonable. You know, the Packers were able to get Favre out of the NFC, which is good for them. They don't play the Jets this year, so Favre can't really hurt them. And the better he plays, the more Green Bay gets. So even if he plays really well and Aaron Rodgers plays poorly, yes, it's going to look bad, but at least Green Bay will get a higher draft pick. And then I heard about something else with the trade, which I thought was interesting. If the Jets trade Favre to the Vikings, they have to give Green Bay 3 first-round draft choices. Now, that could mean a few things. One, it means the Vikings really were interested in getting Favre, and the Packers were safeguarding against that. Or, two, it could mean that the Packers are genuinely afraid of what a Favre-led Vikings team could do, not only to the Packers, but in the NFC North and in the NFL. Or three, it could mean both things are true. I don't know. I do know that it sounded like the Vikings organization, Childress and the rest, were all firmly behind Tavares Jackson as the quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. But I also do know that that is exactly what a team would say if they wanted to trade for another player and weren't sure they were going to get him. So it's hard to know for sure what was going on there. I, for one, am glad Favre is not in Minnesota. I think he could have been exciting. I think he could have been disastrous. But I think Jackson's going to do okay, and I think the team is going to do well this year. And Favre is somewhere else, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. But I wonder if there's anything in the Jets trade agreement that says the Jets can't trade Favre to a team that isn't the Vikings. Would they do that? And if they did, who would it be to? And then would it be possible for that team to trade Favre to the Vikings? Would the Jets have to give anything to the Packers for that? I don't know. So here's the thought. Poor Brett Favre. I mean, I'm sorry, Jets fans, but you went 4-12 last year. You know, I like Coles, I like Cotchery, I like Thomas Jones, I like what you did in the offseason. But you were a 4-win team last year. You know, you still have to play the Patriots twice. You still play in the AFC. You know, you even have to, playing the Bills twice is significant. I mean, you're going to lose probably at least one of those games, even with Brett Favre. I thought Favre could veto any vote he didn't want to take. Why did he accept this trade? Did Green Bay say, listen, we'll pay you to sit for the next 2 years if you don't let this trade go through, and so pick the lesser of two evils? I don't know. I thought Favre wanted to win, and he's got a chance to win with the Jets, but he's in the AFC. You know, the Patriots are going to the playoffs. Indy's going to the playoffs. Jacksonville's probably a wild card. San Diego's going to the playoffs, so there's 4 teams right there. You've got Pittsburgh, you've got Cleveland, you've got Houston Texans. I mean, there's 7 teams right there that I think are better than the Jets with Brett Favre. You have the Buffalo Bills. Okay, there are 8 teams out of 16 in the AFC that I think are better than the Jets with Favre. So why did he go there? Does he think he's going to win the Super Bowl in 2009? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how thrilled he is with the way that this worked out, but I like Favre. I wish him luck. I hope he does well with the Jets. And I hope the Vikings get a chance to play him next year so we can put him to the turf one more time before he really does retire. Alright, that's all. I'm out. Alright, I thought of something else I want to say. I promised a couple days back that I would have my win-loss predictions for every team in the NFL. I had run a full schedule, predicted every game, and used that to come up with my numbers. And now Favre is with the Jets. And I don't remember what I predicted the Jets were going to go before this trade happened, but I'm guessing when I look at the schedule, I'm going to predict a couple more wins because of it. So, I'm sorry I haven't gotten that out yet. You know, if you want, you can take it out of my paycheck. But I'll redo that. I'll have something up sooner rather than later. Of course, as soon as I want to, you know, make this video, I had stuff going on in my personal life that took up time outside of work, and then work itself got crazy, which took up time at the office, and I couldn't sit out here on a lunch break and make a video like I am today because there was no lunch break, there was just work. Yeah, anyway, that's coming up. There are a couple surprises in there. You know, I have the Houston Texans winning more games than you might think. I have the New England Patriots winning fewer games than you might think. So yeah, that should be interesting. And the other thing with Favre, I think it changes fantasy football a little bit. I work near an airport. Anyway, that changes fantasy football a little bit. For those who've already had their drafts, I'm sure the waiver wire is lighting up. People are going out and grabbing Favre. Trades will change when they involve the wide receivers or starting running back with the Jets. And for those who haven't drafted yet, those players are going to move up. Other players obviously are moving down as Denver's running back Ryan Terrain gets hurt. He's out for, they're saying 6 to 8 weeks. I'm guessing 3 months. What else happened recently? Well, Brandon Marshall officially got his suspension. So, there you go. Aaron Rodgers is going to get drafted more because there's no question that he's going to be starting every game, you know, until he gets hurt, if that happens. Lord knows what the Packers will do with that. Anyway, that was kind of all jumbled and disorganized and off the top of my head. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If not, alright, see ya.